Welcome to Cold Approach Part 2. Really quickly, one thing I want to stress here is that nothing you see on this channel is random theory. It's not what I got from some dating coach, it's me. It's what I've done in my life. So I know these things work. And if you watch our videos, you see me out there doing this stuff. Now that we've got the basics down, you're not worried about rejection? Check. You ready to take a chance? Check. Expecting benefits? Expecting boons? Check. Have a little understanding on women? Double check. Comfortable in your own skin? Check. It's time to get out there and mingle. But this still needs prep time. There are boxes that still need to be checked out. So let's get checking. 1, look your best. Presentation is everything. The best chefs in the world charge ridiculous amounts, and people pay them for a plate that looks appetizing. When you're trying to approach a woman, it's no different. Remember, dears, first impressions are the most important. Whether you're at the gym or horseback riding or at the zoo or a nightclub, hey, don't knock the zoo, by the way. There are beautiful women everywhere. I actually just connected with one recently. So, point is, look like you might meet someone at any time or any place. And a suit isn't always needed, but at least dress for the occasion. Bathe, clean clothes, deodorant, perhaps some Axe body spray that you kept in the upper drawer for emergencies. Seriously, I keep a toothbrush and deodorant and some type of body spray in the oddest places, just in case. I agree with Scar. Be prepared. 2, get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. You won't approach anyone cold or otherwise if you never get off the sofa and get out and go somewhere. Every environment you go into, there will be at least one girl who's feeling you. More like 5, but at least one, and you can find that one girl to talk to everywhere you go. I was at the library just looking for some DVDs, so you know it was a while ago. But the library actually has a really good stock of things that you probably haven't seen in a while that aren't online. Anyway, that's not the point. Point is, I'm shuffling through the DVDs and the chocolatiest thing is standing just off to the side. I asked her what she was looking for. And so we started a dialogue. Just with that one little question, we started a dialogue. So you see, these places can be random, or they can be places that you go all the time. Shopping centers, concerts, jazz lounges. I don't really like meeting girls in bars. It's just not a place I frequent personally. 3, I'm gonna say just go. A recent advert that appeared on American television for a razor blade company suggests against this, but I say screw being PC. If you don't walk up and say hello, you will never connect. Really, this should be number 1. I mean, she knows you're looking. Her friends know you're looking. The more excuses you make, the more time you waste. The more time you waste, the more creepy you look and the less confident you're gonna be. And then you're gonna start getting mad at yourself. So just get up and go say something. Now, there are reasons not to approach. We went over this in the last episode. If she's clearly with another guy, look at that left hand, gentlemen. Working at the office? Yeah. Let that woman work. Wait till lunch, maybe. But then again, don't date women you work with anyway. In short, use your smarts. 4, start the conversation. It's hard to talk to someone when you've got nothing to talk about. It can seem almost impossible, but it's really not. The best way to start a conversation is to focus on your surroundings, where you are and what's happening at the time. I remember I used birds mating one day to start a conversation. So the pigeon was doing the pigeon thing, and I said to the girl, I wonder if he bought her a drink first. Well, she just burst out laughing. I saw a woman who was at the museum recently, and she was gorgeous. We were both admiring the same painting, and I just walked up to her and asked, I said, do you like it? She's like, excuse me? I said, well, the painting, do you like it? She said, well, yes. And then I said, well, what do you love about it? And the conversation flowed from there, and we wound up having this great conversation and wound up meeting at the museum a couple of more times. So be ready to listen and engage. Not forced, but let it have a natural flow. Stick to a common ground. Don't bring up weird things, Steer clear of closed-ended questions. Don't talk about things like politics or even religion unless that's something that winds up coming up. But even then, you have to be able to, and this is number 5, gauge her interest. See, so many guys are so eager to talk to girls that they completely miss the nonverbal cues that her body language is giving, that her energy is giving. If she's constantly pulling away, then don't pursue her. Conversations don't always go the way you want them to, so it's important to pay attention to her. If you're going down a certain road and you see that she's getting a bit distant, change directions quickly. Turn left! Don't be so wrapped up in what you're saying that you wouldn't know whether or not she wants to hear what you're saying. Her body language is going to be that first indicator of her interest and her attraction. Is her body language open? Is she engaged in the conversation? Do you have her attention, or is she on her phone? These are indicators of how interested she is. Remember, this conversation is not a solo act. If you're just talking about yourself, it's tantamount to wanking in public. 6, get those plans made. So the conversation is going swimmingly and you're both having a great time. This dance is really happening. Why not get plans made immediately? Say something like, hey, have you got anything to do after this on Wednesday? For example, I was working an event and a lovely redhead girl came up to me and we were talking, we were communicating, and then because I was working, I was not going to get her number because I was working, boundaries. But she wound up repaying to come back into the event and ask me for my number. And as soon as she did, I said, you know what are you doing on Wednesday? And she was taken aback. She's like, nothing. I said, I'll tell you what, let's go out dancing. Let's go out dancing. And she was all for it. And the next Wednesday, which was 4 days later, we went out dancing. So I immediately took advantage of the situation. And it doesn't have to be anything major. It doesn't have to be dancing, it just be coffee or an art walk on First Fridays. Things like this immediately lead to the number being exchanged. Non-committal answers and sidestepping the question is a sign that she's not interested in seeing you again, and you should wrap up the conversation and move on. Number 7, wrap it up. No, not like that. Well, yes, like that. You should always have it and not need it, rather than need it and not have it. That's my motto. So you've exchanged numbers and maybe you haven't. Either way, it's important to end the conversation well and not just walk away. And this can be as hard as opening the conversation. If it's ended well, the simply way to close is, I really enjoyed talking with you and I can't wait to chat with you again. I've really got to run though, but I'm gonna call you soon, yeah? Boom, easy. Cold approach is all about making a good impression as quickly as possible and ending with that impression as solid as a rock. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Social Dynamics 101. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out some of our previous content, please check here. And if you want to check out some of our newest content, please look here. We've got all sorts of subjects to tantalize your intellect and help increase your chances of finding the right girl and the perfect girl for you. We'll see you soon.